Founders, how do you avoid being one of the 95% of startup founders who end up in the startup founder graveyard? Typically, we see this happen for a number of reasons. Founders getting a ton of really well-meaning advice from people in the ecosystem, from accelerators, from other founders on approaches that they are taking or that's working for them. And the challenge is that if you're a founder and you take advice or examples from what other people have done, typically it may or may not work for you, and it can be extraordinarily expensive mistakes costing time, money, and resources. So how can you go about overcoming these challenges? So one of the most important things to do if you're a founder is to have a system or a process that you follow in order to help you to get to product market fit before you scale. At LeapSheep, we have researched global startup best practice, and we have tested and experimented it with hundreds of founders in order to create this disruptive innovation journey, this process by which you can reliably follow in order to help you to get to product market fit. So let's take a quick look at the process. And I've simplified it from some of our existing internal models. So you need to start with your backbone. So what is it that you need in place in order to actually start the journey? So things like a company name, a basic website and landing page, business cards, email addresses, the company registration. All of those elements are part of that company backbone. And then the rest of the really interesting work starts. So the first element is pre-revenue market validation. So this is where you really start to look at what is the vision for the impact that I want to have 20 years from now on my target customers. What's the market doing? What are the trends? What are the technologies that I need to be aware of? Who are the competitors? And all of these things help you to understand if it is worth the time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears of being a founder. So whether it's worth your investment of time. Next is your validation of exactly who is your core beachhead customer segment and what exactly is your hypothesis for your go-to-market strategy. So all the segments that you could be in over time, but then narrowing down to a niche that have a pants-on-fire problem, who are willing and able and keen to work with an early-stage startup founder like yourself. Next is all around concept validation. So based on the user research that you'll have done in segment validation, so getting out of the building, talking to your customers about exactly what their biggest challenges are, based on that, you can come up with your solution concept. What is that first MVP, that minimum amount of value that you can deliver to your customers in order to get validation that you're onto something, as well as the long-term vision for your product in the future. Now, once you have achieved that validation from those customers, that customer segment, that the concept is going to solve their problems and it fits within their existing jobs to be done, at this stage, you can then reliably move across to initial pilots. And this is all around where you start to validate that the solution works and it works, it can be used by your customers, and that it provides the value that you thought it would in helping them overcome a problem that is impactful in order to get the value that they want. Next is where you get into the product market fit validation stage. So first is all around engagement validation. So this is all around, are your customers engaging and using your product? Are you able to acquire more of these customers repeatedly using your marketing and sales funnel? And are you able to demonstrate that you are improving your metrics over time? So things like a falling customer acquisition cost, a sales cycle time that is appropriate for the customers that you have a annual contract value that is significant enough, and a gross profit margin that is enough so that if you are to scale, that you scale a business model worth building. Now, at LeapSheep, we have frameworks, step-by-step guidance and templates to take you across the entire disruptive innovation journey. Each of these stages are not necessarily linear. Sometimes you can skip stages, sometimes you have to go back repeatedly. And our trained startup building advisors are trained experts in this approach in order to help you to get to product market fit and then scale. accepting that along the way, it is an interesting journey full of uncertainty. Our approach is all around helping you to manage risk by validating in small increments so that you can get to product market fit and scale and avoid that startup graveyard. If you would like to find out more about how we can help you along this journey, please click the link in my bio to request a strategy session, or you're welcome to sign up to our newsletter. Jump ahead.